Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Eva. First time I do a reading for the collective, whatever I call it, twin flame, soulmates. I would like to do this reading in English to reach uh, people beyond grace, because I was called today to discuss. This thing about DM, divine feminine, divine masculine, that is being discussed by twin flames, soulmates, etc. Um, I would like to discuss the yin and yang. That we say it's one person, the feminine, the other, the masculine. There is lately a discussion about every one of us embodying both energies, and just being a matter of perception. If someone has more of the masculine or more of the feminine, it's a thing about imbalance and not reality. So today I would like to let's start it another way. Lately, I've been sensing many changes. All of you are talking about it. The DMs coming closer to union, the DMs marrying, asking the feminine to marry them, and I, I, I think that this is a discussion about romance and fairy tale love, but it's not so bad to dream. The problem is when we become so attached to the way we want things. Maybe we have imagined our kids, our home, I don't know what, and we attach it so much to another person and a certain way of being and relating to each other that makes us prisoners almost, to an outcome, attached to an outcome that prevents us from realizing our potential and saying yes to our opportunities and enjoyment. Just a moment. Yeah. I'm totally unprepared for this, but I think I had to do it. Otherwise, I have so much tension inside of me, and it's like many days I think about doing this, but I resist. And yeah, that's a part of what we will discuss, not my resistance, but the resistance to follow one's path and realize what's that all about. So I will explain the spread. It's rather extended. um, I have started with the yin and yang, and I have put three rows. It's not specified chronologically because I think that the past and future are intertwined, but we could say that the first row is about what's the struggle right now in our lives in the 3D. The second is about what we are not seeing happening. And the third is the potential, more or less, or the higher truth. I have the yin, the yang, and the combined energies. And here I have a little uh, possibilities or things to look at when we will get deeper. So, right now, I think that, let's say this. When I will talk about yin and yang, I'm not specifying in divine feminine, divine masculine. I'm talking about the uh, aspects of feminine and masculine inside of each one, every one of us. Right now, I what I sense and what I get from my guides is that we are balancing uh, this perceived difference between masculine and feminine. That it's very much shown in the outside world, with masculines being violent against females, or feminized personalities. And but it's not only this, the masculine is also distorted. I will not talk more about it, but it's realizing how the wounded masculine and wounded feminine uh, inside of us and inside our lives uh, are making us unable to utilize in the best way uh, the, the potential and the strength that its kind of energy can give us uh, as a tool to realize our potential to become our true authentic selves. So yin is our more uh, let's say soft side, our nurturer inside, um, and the masculine is more about uh, living outside, like acting on the things that the feminine has realized and seen. The masculine uh, brings it out in the world for us, our truth, our real self. In the middle, I will start in the middle. No. Okay. So, what the feminine is now, the yin aspect is now struggling with, is the Queen of Cups being whole inside of us, being okay, being alone, uh, realizing how much we have endured, how much pressure it's needed to realize who we are, our strength, and that even if we crave close relationships and love, all this will come only if we come from a place of wholeness, and uh, we have given the therapy that we need to ourselves. So here I have a card that says meditation. So what I understand is that our feminine sides need more nurturing and more care, more attention to the parts of us that are not seen and that are in need of attention from us, not from another person, not from you know, not from the outside, but from the inside. Because in when we come to the masculine side, what we see is that he is trying to be the king of wands, the king of action, to know how to use his fire and use his passion to bring chariot uh, changes that are going to manifest in an equal way. Equal, I mean balanced, and changes that are going to stay once they come. Sorry for the moving, I'm not used to taking videos on my phone. And this Five of Wands talks about the struggle within, um, to see the wealth, the Ten of Pentacles, the wealth that is inside of ourselves. The Ten of Pentacles is about the ultimate family life, being, I see it as being home. Uh, when you're alone, you are home, to say the truth. Uh, and this is the struggle. He tries to understand what is it that he wants his life to look like. And the general message for the young principle is living completely, and sex is the yin and the yang, wholeness. So sex and living completely, and from the yin meditation, it's like uh, what we take in, we take out. Uh, our gift to the world is us living completely free and open. What's the matter with bringing these two together is Nine of Swords. Uh, our thoughts being so again and again inside the same circles, and taking ourselves either criticizing harshly, or uh, not taking responsibility for our thinking and our actions. And we have a totem that can help, the vivacious jaguar. That what I understand from this is that we are asked to be courageous and understand that our choices and our actions uh, were the best that we could have at that moment, and that even if we knew better, other circumstances would have been brought that would have resulted in similar situations from than this that we are now beating ourselves for. So what we are told is to disengage from identifying with these actions or these um, situations. It's not only about our actions, but it's about free will and many other people's actions and feelings. And I would say also past lives and energies that we have not cleared from our systems. What I noticed while I was doing the reading was that meditation and living completely have a 45 is 9 and 18 is 9. So it talks about a moment or a period of time when we as humanity are closing cycles about what it means to be male and female. Uh, and I would not talk about male and female as in body, but rather in essence and spiritual bond. Uh, the sex is orientations. It's something that it's about name and identity, and I would not start lecturing about what LGBTQ is or anything, because all these are just labels that we identify with, and trying to become identified as another label is a matter of perception and not a matter of spirit, because in spirit we are all one. We are all let's say sand from the same beach. I don't know. We are in this universe. We are the universe. So anyway, I hope you get what I mean. Um, I'm little okay. Uh, Now, what we don't see, that the feminine sees, maybe from our intuition. Sorry. Uh, the Seven of Pentacles, Princess of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, and Three of Pentacles uh, talks about how changes are being made in realms that we are not aware of. Uh, the stars are aligning, and we are not alone. We are not only with our young aspect, but we are all a part of a greater universal team, let's say, who work towards a change in the way things are. Um, Patience is needed, for the seeds are already in the soil, and waiting is an aspect of giving to ourselves the time to get ready for the next level of our growth and awakening. What the masculine is doing is very similar, non-action almost. The active principle is non-active, because we have here the Eight of Pentacles, which is waiting for the flowers to bear the fruit almost. And the Prince of Discs of Pentacles is a card of a prince that is determined but also takes their time. He follows the cycles of nature and doesn't hurry, because what he has to do is bring balance again, uh, uh, realize what he gives, he takes. So realize that if the Ten of Cups has not manifested in his life, it is a lack within and not a lack without. So, what we are not seeing or not accepting is that we have gone to deep, deep, deep sea about our fears, about our capabilities, about who are we after all. And the shadow is always a part of us that is not acknowledged. So we have to embody the courage of the dragon and realize that we have the power to burn whatever is not us anymore and burn whatever prevents us from advancing in our lives. We are our own worst enemy sometimes. um, the potential for the the yin principle. Uh, what I see from these cards is that ultimately she will win. The era of the divine feminine approaches, and the divine feminine talks about life and taking care of the earth, taking care of everyone in this world, to tell the truth. You see the eagle and the swan, the moon and the sun. Uh, he who sees everything knows that only love is real. And the Hierophant in the traditional tarot is someone who is very stuck. It's the Taurus in the astrological correspondence. Very stuck to his old ways, very stuck to what the order says. But this Hierophant is someone who sees the higher order, someone who sees what like to be human being. And he makes the rules obeying to his heart, not his human mind and perception. And that's why he sees that the way of the feminine, the way of someone who is strong but does not use force, someone who is through love now knows how to heal. He knows that this is the not the winner, but this is uh, the way to be, to see where you are at, where you walk. Um, the young principle uh, goes a little back to the start. What the young principle, what the manifestation of all this inner work will bring is the Queen of Cups that was in the start. What the feminine needs to do. So once the feminine side in us stays for a while and feels the world and feels the sun and says, I'm here, I'm whole, I'm alive, I'm enough. Once she does it, it's like not instantly, but it's like that moment. The masculine in us can now, you know, become again new. Our actions will become just new. We will not think, oh, that happened, so I cannot do this again. Same trap, same, you know. And if I become new, I can communicate like I don't communicate from fear. I communicate from what I want to experience, what I want to live, in what I believe. So I had the Ace of Cups because I was shuffling, but then it became clear it's the Ace of Cup and a new start, a fresh start. And here I have three times lovers. I shake. I have three times lovers. 333. We had the portal last month. And it's not about coming together with anybody, although it could be possible. It's about coming together inside, understanding that there's nothing that we cannot do, but we have to do it for ourselves. Not because someone is our twin flame, not because someone is our husband, is our soulmate, our friend. It has to be true. These changes that we are in don't have to do with material life. They have to do with soul and truth and what we see or what we deny to see. Because again, the Ten of Pentacles, it's our choice, our choice. What we intend, we get. If we intend to take from others and not give, intend to give every